Welcome to Asian Delight. Today we'll make two silken tofu dishes, a take on Turkish menemen and a Taiwanese dish that only takes a few minutes to put together. Let's get started. For both of our dishes, we'll be using silken tofu. What sets silken tofu apart from regular tofu is the addition of glucono-delta-lactone, an edible acid that coagulates rapidly and gives the tofu a very smooth texture. There are different types of silken tofu, just as there are with the regular variety. For our menemen, or Turkish Shakshuka, we'll use the soft variety to replace eggs, which are the traditional base of this dish. Peppers are essential for a menemen. Shishito works great, or if you can handle the heat, go with Anaheim peppers. If you don't have access to juicy fresh tomatoes, I'd highly recommend getting canned San Marzano. Good tomatoes are essential in Turkish cooking, and this is a great option for winter months. And onion. Whether it belongs in menemen or not has been hotly debated for a long time without a clear consensus. Trust me, there was even a national poll that yielded 51 versus 49% votes. A slight majority claim that the onions are preferable unless you're having it for breakfast. But I say go for it even if you're having it for breakfast, as long as you're a fan of alliums like me. For our spices, we have urfa chilies and dried oregano. Urfa biber is basically a very smoky version of regular chili flakes that can add depth to many dishes, including this one, so I'd highly recommend getting your hands on it if you can. If not, you can substitute it with a mixture of smoked paprika and regular chili flakes as well. Lastly, if you enjoy an eggy flavor, add a sprinkle of black salt to bring some of the same sulfur compounds found in eggs into our dish. Now to make our menemen, add the olive oil into a frying pan on medium heat. I'm using a traditional pan called sahan here, but I'd recommend using a stainless steel one in general. Check if the oil is hot enough. I personally like using the wooden spoon method to check for this. Basically, if you see the oil bubbling up on the spoon, it's ready for our veggies. Add the peppers, onions, and spices at this point, then sprinkle in salt and black pepper and give it a mix. Continue mixing at least once every minute and saute it for 8 to 10 minutes until the onions become translucent. Add in the tomatoes and cook it down for another 5 minutes. Now we can add in our soft silken tofu. Break it off and season it with salt and pepper and mix with the other ingredients. Cook for another couple of minutes for the flavors to completely harmonize. And meanwhile, let me tell you something about menemen. It is said that Turkish migrants from the island of Crete brought it to my hometown of Izmir. These migrants moved to a district called Menemen in the city and started making their delicious tomato stew. The dish was soon adopted by the whole country thanks to its comforting taste and practicality. And our menemen is finally cooked. Top it with a few sprigs of parsley and enjoy with a good loaf of bread. Cutlery is optional. Now onto the easiest tofu dish you've ever seen. It is so easy to put together that I'm slightly embarrassed to list it as a recipe. We'll place our firm silken tofu or regular soft tofu into a shallow bowl and slice it. For the topping, use half of a ripe avocado, slice, and place onto the tofu. For our sauce, we're using soy sauce, sesame oil, and water. Mix them up and pour over the bowl. That is it. You can top it with sesame seeds if you wish. This is one of my favorite snacks ever. If a high protein content and healthy fats sound good to you, I'd highly recommend it. If you enjoyed this, please comment and give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm a lot and I always appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again in the next one, be well.
Actually, it looks like the perfect avocado.
It does.